Flave City fam, what is up? It is Bobby, about to walk into the grocery store here on the north side of Chicago for a video all about how to avoid cane sugar at the grocery store. That's something I'm really passionate about because cane sugar, aka the devil, is in everything, and it just drives me crazy because there's gobs of sugar in all the products that we eat every day, and it leads to so many issues. But if you know how to shop the grocery store like I try to teach you every week, you can avoid cane sugar and get good paleo sweeteners like coconut sugar and keto sweeteners like monk fruit and stevia and erythritol and stuff like that in many of the products available in the grocery store and online, and avoid putting cane sugar on your body. So I think you're gonna like this one. Before we go upstairs and do our shopping, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, share. That's the only way this channel keeps growing. Heck, that's the only way we keep helping people put the best quality products in their body. We also have a bell icon right below the video. Enable all notifications because we have like 6 videos going live every week. These videos and the live streams, and you don't want to miss out. Okay, let's mask up and go shopping. All right, here we are. We have stumbled upon the wall of sweeteners. There's just so many options now, it's crazy. But we always go back to one common theme. Stay away from cane sugar. Listen, I don't care if it's cane sugar. I don't care if it's organic cane sugar, sugar in the raw, organic light brown sugar. I call cane sugar the devil. It's just so bad for so many reasons, but a lot of people don't realize that cane sugar is actually devastating to your gut bacteria. And when you walk around the grocery store, a lot of products will have cane sugar. There are some times when a product is really, really good and just has a touch, like 2 grams, which is half a teaspoon of sugar per serving, and I say it's okay, but not ideal. All right, that's okay, but for the general purposes, cane sugar is a no-go. So what do? Well, these are great maple syrup, honey is great, but I want to go to 2 of my favorite sweeteners right over here. This is where some of the exciting keto and paleo sweeteners live. I'm going to start with my favorite paleo sweetener around, and it's coconut sugar, also called coconut palm sugar. It's the same thing. It's an amazing sweetener derived from the nectar of the coconut blossom. And the cool thing about this is that it has a really caramely, nutty flavor, and that adds a ton of flavor to sweets. What I would actually do is, there's a lot of brands on the market now, but my boys over at Laird Superfood, the guys who make the amazing coffee and creamer, they now have organic coconut sugar that I find has the best texture and flavor of any coconut sugar on the market. They do have free shipping right now, so I'll put the link down below. Desi uses that coconut sugar for her paleo amaretto cookies, for her apple coffee cake with a vegan caramel sauce, and because the coconut sugar has that nutty flavor, it makes the caramel sauce fantastic. Also, you put a little teaspoon of that coconut sugar in the Laird's InstaFuel or the black coffee, next level cup of joe. They make amazing products, so I'll put that link down below. So this is really a good lower glycemic sweetener that is way better than anything that comes from cane sugar. So knowing that this is such a great one, let's walk around the grocery store and show you some really good products that use coconut sugar instead of the devil, and the devil's cane sugar. Now, you wouldn't expect to find a good quality paleo sweetener like coconut sugar in the chips aisle, but check this out. If you look at chicharrones, and 2 of my favorite brands are right here, you're gonna find a really cool flavor combination. So here we go. These are baked churro chicharrones, and I love Epic, of course. Look at the ingredients here. It's maple sugar and coconut sugar combined with those fatty, salty, baked chicharrones. These are fantastic. Art and I have crushed these before. They're delicious. And then another good brand here, you can find these at Costco actually, combine sweet and heat. This is 4505, another responsibly raised pork skin company. And they're using coconut palm sugar. And even though it says chili on the front, I guess they're not telling us their secret spice blend like KFC style. It says spices. And it's so little sugar, it's less than 1 gram per serving. When they do that, they can put 0. But, oh hello, that's on sale. So this is a great way to get your sweet and savory snack on without using any cane sugar. And unfortunately, that can't be said for a lot of the sweet snacks over here. We go to like popcorn. All of these sweet popcorns, unfortunately, are going to use cane sugar. This is a very popular corn here, and they have cane sugar. How much cane sugar? Oh my God, 8 grams of added cane sugar for 2 cups. 8 grams of cane sugar is 2 teaspoons. And then I wish someone would actually make a sweet popcorn using coconut sugar, because what did I say about coconut sugar? It has that real nutty caramel flavor. Yep, these have cane sugar too. 14 grams of added sugar? Oh my gosh, that's absurd, you guys. That's almost 4 teaspoons of sugar. Because that coconut sugar has that nutty caramel flavor, combine that with popcorn, good quality organic, non-GMO, maybe heirloom popcorn, that would be amazing. But hey, maybe I got to develop that product myself. The dreaded cereal aisle. These are those box cereals that are loaded with processed grains, usually non-organic wheat, and more importantly, gobs of sugar. That being said, there are more and more keto options online and in the grocery store. This here is very prevalent at Whole Foods, is Catalina Crunch. Now, let's look at the ingredients. I've seen it before. Is it ideal? Well, we look at the ingredients here. I love the fact that it's gluten-free, which is really nice. They're using organic high oleic sunflower oil. It's not expeller pressed, so it's not ideal. Better yet would be coconut oil or avocado oil. And they're using natural flavors, but it's sweetened with monk fruit. And we look at how much sweetness. Look at that. 0 grams of added sugar, 5 net carbs, 8 grams of protein. So here's a question, right? I don't love the oil and I don't love the natural flavors, but it's the lesser of the two evils. Would I rather you eat this or a cereal like one of these loaded with sugar, tons of sugar? I'd rather you have this. So what do I mean tons of sugar? I mean, look at this. This is Kashi Chocolate Crunch here. How much sugar is in here? There's 9 grams of added sugar for a 3/4 cup serving. 9 grams of sugar is just over 2 teaspoons of cane sugar. But the other ingredients too, there's soy flakes. I don't know why they put that in there. And even though it's made with whole grain oats and whole grain blends, and I say when you eat carbs, make sure they count, make sure they're complex carbohydrates, whole grains, they're not organic. And when you have oats and wheat that aren't organic, they're sprayed with Roundup to dry out the oats and the wheat at the end of the growing process. So that's a sugar bomb. I mean, even something like this. So I said, eat organic. So you come here, you're like, oh, okay, these are organic whole grains here. Yeah, see, it's whole grains. Bobby said eat whole grains. But there's cane sugar in here. There's sunflower oil that's not organic, expeller pressed. It's just organic. And there's 10 grams of sugar. That's just too much. There's a new cereal on Amazon called New Cocoa. It's the company that makes those coconut wraps. It's keto. There's no added sugar. It's super clean. I'll put the link down below. Unbelievable. I have to try it, but the ingredients are fantastic. So just be careful when you're getting these different kinds of cereal, right? And then I come over to the granola here. Granola, once again, can be a sugar bomb, but if you get the right granola, like Purely Elizabeth, which, ooh, it's on sale now, winning. This is one of the best granolas on the market because it's sweetened with, let's see, coconut sugar and maple syrup. And it's not even that sweet. 4 grams of added sugar for a 1/3 cup serving is 1 teaspoon of coconut and maple syrup, which is a paleo sweetener. The same is true for, this is a cool Midwest company called Kitch Fix. And here's one right here. It's so under the radar, but they make a chickpea granola. And it's very tasty, and it's sweetened with organic maple syrup and coconut sugar once again. And they also throw in a little bit of live and active cultures. 3 grams of added sugar. This is the kind of stuff you want to eat because it's low glycemic sweeteners, and they're not throwing 2 teaspoons in there. They're putting a teaspoon or less. I love to approve this one because these guys make the only organic sprouted oats on the market, but unfortunately they're sweetening their granola with cane sugar. How much cane sugar? That's 1 teaspoon. So it's actually not terrible, but I wish that was not cane sugar. So you do have some great options. Just go with the paleo sweetener options. Oh wait, I almost left the breakfast aisle and I saw this. I just talked about Purely Elizabeth. If you want a really cool paleo, gluten-free, grain-free breakfast option, it's expensive, but it's cauliflower hot cereal and on sale once again. What makes this so cool? Because instead of eating grains like oats, they're replacing that with almond protein powder and cauliflower flour. And they're sweetening it with coconut sugar. How crazy is that? Freeze-dried cauliflower. Macros are really, really nice. Super cool stuff. I had this before. It's great. It's just a little pricey, but hey, if you want to get it on sale, I'd scoop that for sure. Cookies, Cookie Monster. All right, so traditional cookies are going to be loaded with, well, starch, gluten, and sugar. But the game is changing. And to me, one of the biggest game changers here is all the way at the bottom. I don't know why they're putting it down here. These guys who are Chicago-based make the best crispy, almost like Chips Ahoy style cookie with, look at that, coconut sugar and coconut oil. I'm telling you, Art and I think it tastes just like a Chips Ahoy, and it's made with good paleo sweetener. The weird thing is the ones right next to it, the crunchy almond flour cookies, are made with palm shortening. So I wouldn't get the palm shortening because even though it says sustainably sourced, that might be true, but palm shortening is highly processed and refined and just not good for your body. By the way, the mask is finally fitting well. Do you all notice this? I haven't had to move it once. High five, right? Emmy's. I'm not a big fan of Emmy's cookies because they say cookies. It's more like a energy bite. That is not the texture of a cookie. I'd say it's very misleading. But the vanilla bite cookies, once again, it's not a cookie, but they're delicious. Such a great texture. And the sweetener here is coconut syrup and what else? Coconut sugar. Fantastic. How much sweetener? 5 for 2 pieces. That's really, really good. These are delicious. And then I know a lot of people like these Fat Snacks cookies. And listen, I'm okay if a cookie like this is going to have natural flavors because they're getting rid of the sugar. But a lot of times these keto ones are made with, see, palm oil. The natural flavor I'd be okay with, but it's also sweetened with xylitol, which is concerning to me because I don't really like to eat xylitol. It's not the best for your tummy. You'd rather have like monk fruit or stevia. So I would put that one back. So many people ask me about a Bobby approved gum, and it's very hard to find one without natural flavor. So I would just look for one without sugar. So you come down here, they have some good brands here at Whole Foods. I would go for something like Spry. This is peppermint, and instead of adding cane sugar, they're using xylitol. Xylitol is okay with gum. It's not okay for foods you eat. It does have the natural flavors here, but almost all gums do. So, whereas if you pick up something like this, Simply Gum, natural spearmint, this one has cane sugar. We really want to avoid the cane sugar there. But other brands too are good. I mean, look at 3. 3 here is going to be made with xylitol. Totally fine with that. Pure, I'm fine with that too. Just stay away from your traditional gums, you know, the ones I'm thinking about, like Wrigley's Double Mint Gum. Way too much sugar. It's actually surprising how many peanut butter and almond butter brands have added sugar and you don't even realize it. And it's always cane sugar. I mean, you pick something like a premium almond butter here, you just assume it's almonds and that's it. But it also has cane sugar and palm oil, 2 really bad ingredients that I always tell you guys to avoid in nut butters. That being said, there is 1 or 2 really cool nut butters on the market. So Nutso. Nutso makes the most amazing nut butters because it's a blend of amazing nuts and seeds. They use fantastic salt in here like Celtic sea salt. And if you want a sweet treat that has next level ingredients, their chocolate power fuel. Yes, it is pricey and I wish Costco had it. All Costco had is the original Nutso. But look at the ingredients on this, you guys. Ready? So it's chocolate. How do they get the chocolate flavor in there? With real cocoa beans. They sweeten it with the coconut sugar, but the other ingredients are just such a blend of superfood nuts and seeds with Celtic sea salt. This is how you do it, because if you think of a normal chocolate or hazelnut style butter, I mean, the traditional Nutella is out that has gobs of sugar, but even a premium one like this. This is nocciolata from Italy. What's the ingredient here? The first ingredient is cane sugar. There is another version of this on Amazon. It's made by Pure, and it's actually keto. It's made with erythritol and stevia. It does have sunflower oil in there and natural flavors, but everything else is clean. So when you're talking about like an indulgent thing like a Nutella, I'm okay with a little bit of natural flavors and sunflower oil because there's no added sugar in there. It's all about which is the lesser of the 2 evils. So check that out on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. Or check out this Power Fuel. That's even cleaner because there's no nasty oils in here. But most importantly, read the back of the ingredients of your nut butters. If it has sugar, put it down. Going back to the sweetener section, let's talk about keto for a second. If you're keto, your go-to sweetener is going to be either monk fruit sweetener. I love this one from Lakanto because it's a 1-to-1 replacement with sugar. You can also use erythritol, but here's the deal. A lot of people say, hey, this kind of stuff bothers my stomach because I have a sensitive tummy. That can happen with erythritol and sugar alcohols. So if that happens, you can't use this. I would look for pure monk fruit. But keep in mind, pure monk fruit is like 300 times sweeter than sugar. You can't use it as a 1-to-1 replacement in baking, so that's not going to work. But for sweetening like a cup of tea, it is. Otherwise, this is really what you want to do. Like I said, xylitol, stay away from that for cooking purposes. It's very disruptive to the gut. And Swerve always seems to have natural flavors in all of their products. I don't know why they do that, so for that reason I'd stay away. So knowing that erythritol and monk fruit are your preferred keto sweeteners and low glycemic sweeteners, let me show you a couple ice creams that are fantastic for the summer that have these instead of nasty cane sugar. It's summertime, you gotta have ice cream, and I've talked about my favorite ice creams a lot recently, but the amount of sugar in normal ice cream is astronomical. So if I pick up something like this Talente Gelato, people love this brand right here. I'm not a huge fan of it because they use natural flavors, and I don't think you need that in real ice cream. But look at this, there's 24 grams of added sugar in a 2/3 cup serving. Now listen, I'm all about having some ice cream and having indulgence here and there. 24 grams is literally 6 teaspoons. Think about 6 teaspoons of white cane sugar in one serving. That's not good, my friends. That's why 2/3 of Americans are gonna have diabetes by the year, I think, 2050. So what do? You come over to the no sugar added section. I'm not talking about no sugar in the terms of sucralose and aspartame and the real toxic sweeteners. I'm talking about this. This is one of my favorite dairy-free, sugar-free ice creams. Instead of adding sugar, they add monk fruit and erythritol. They do have the natural flavors, but it's the case once again. I'm okay with that because I'd rather have that than have added sugar. Look at those macros. That's what you want to see. They also make no sugar added bars. Right here, like the fudge bars and the ice cream bars. But there's a lot of keto ice creams on the market right now. Enlighten makes it, Rebel makes it, Mammoth makes it. If you're an Aldi shopper, get the Aldi Keto or the Aldi Sunday Shop low-fat, high-protein ice cream. It just isn't worth eating ice cream and having 24 grams of sugar. That's just way too much. We gotta bring it down. I don't want everyone in this country getting diabetes because we can't afford it, and that's a major, major problem. I'm all about protein shakes. Heck, when this video is done, watch my protein shake review. There's some really good ones on the market for both plant-based and for dairy, but go for something that has no added sugar. This is one of the better ones out there. It's grass-fed dairy Orgain protein. And instead of putting cane sugar, they put a little bit of stevia in there. I don't love the fact that it has sunflower oil. Actually, my best-in-class protein shake is made from Garden of Life, but I'm okay with it because there's 1 gram of natural sugar in there. The rest is erythritol. So compare that to something like this. This is the popular plant-based protein powder here. And we look at the ingredients here, and there's actual cane sugar in here to the tune of 1 teaspoon. 4 grams is 1 teaspoon of sugar. So yeah, it's great to get your protein fix, but do you want a teaspoon of sugar in there? And by the way, if you want protein plant-based, you really ideally want to get organic pumpkin and pea. And this one doesn't look like it's organic peas, which are legumes. So not ideal, but there are some really good options from Orgain, and Garden of Life makes them too. There's a lot of juices and smoothies on the market that sometimes will have added sugar, but sometimes the natural sugar is just too high. But there's a couple really cool brands. You guys know I love this Rebel. They have Rebel Keto now. This stuff is amazing. It's one of the best kind of, like, I call it smoothie elixirs on the market. And look at this. These have next level ingredients. They're dairy free with coconut milk, but they have MCTs, real vanilla, a little bit of Himalayan pink salt, ashwagandha, but they're sweetened with stevia. And look at the macros here. 4 grams of net carbs. That's amazing. They have the vanilla almond too. To be honest, this one isn't even that bad. This is the banana nut protein. It's sweetened with, I believe, coconut sugar. Yeah, right there. Coconut sugar. Oh, actually, hold on. This says 0 grams of added sugar. Interesting. This one just says banana for the sweetener, but stuff like this. This will have the coconut sugar right there. Maybe 8 grams is a little too much. You could also go for something like this. I don't love the fact that they use natural flavors in this. I don't love the fact that the pea protein is non-organic, but I'm okay with that because there's 0 grams of added sugar and only 3 grams of total sugar. You're much better off with this than something like a naked juice or something where the natural sugars or the added sugar are way too high. And look, it's on sale again. Wow, a lot of good sales today. I have a whole video about this wall of sweeteners exactly here at Whole Foods, so watch that when this one's over. But just since we're here, when you're gonna buy stevia, you wanna get pure stevia powder that doesn't have flavors or natural flavors, and pure stevia drops. When you get these drops that have the flavors like this, they always have natural flavors. They put it so small, but my camera can still see it. See, natural flavors. And then even something like a plain straight up stevia, you got to read the ingredients because sometimes they even sneak natural flavors in there. Truvia has natural flavors, so you don't want natural flavors in places where you can easily avoid them. Honey is such a fantastic paleo sweetener. A lot of people ask me about Manuka honey. Manuka honey is worth it. They have an amazing deal at Costco, actually. It's like half the price of this. It's from usually New Zealand, and the bees feed on the Manuka flowers, which have a lot of healthy properties and way more immune system boosting properties than regular honey. And then, listen, if you're keto and you want maple syrup, get something like this. I don't use this myself because all of the maple syrups that are keto on the market have natural flavors. It's just the way it is, but at least this one doesn't have caramel coloring. A lot of them do. Otherwise, just get pure 100% maple syrup, not the cheap stuff from the artist formerly known as Aunt Jemima. You don't want that. And then there's really cool stuff like date syrup, which is really nice paleo sweetener. And even though I used to use agave nectar back in the day, I don't use it anymore because agave actually has the same amount of fructose as sugar. You don't want fructose because it can make you insulin resistant over time. So I'd put that down and opt for something like a maple syrup instead. But like I said, that video on sweeteners, I have 2 of them, has a ton of information. So go watch that one as soon as this video is done. All right, y'all, that's it. Grocery shopping is done for the day. Hope you enjoyed that. There's some really good options upstairs for avoiding sugar and avoiding all the health issues that come with it. But please let me know what other kind of videos you want to see. Do you want to see more videos like this, more haul and recipes, more summer themed videos? These videos are all about you. Like, subscribe, share. That's the only way our channel keeps growing the way it has. 2 more videos are streaming below me right now, but I will see you soon. Art will see you soon. Desi and Rose will see you soon. We leave you like we always do. Hashtag keep on cooking. Mad love and peace.